Rediscovering Gita for the Modern World by Shrikant Soman. Based on essays on Gita by Sri Aurobindo. Start of a new Chapter 5, The Battleground of Life. Episode 40. The Dejection of Arjuna and the Problem of Existence. Key takeaways. The Gita is a universal human struggle, reconciling action with spirituality. The dejection of facing cosmic reality. Dual aspects of existence, outward versus inward. The divine as creator and destroyer. The path to liberation. We must now again consider the situation from which the Gita arises before we proceed further. For this purpose we have to follow in the large steps of the teacher of the Gita. We have to observe his tracing of the triune path of man. This path is that of his will, heart and thought, raising themselves to the highest. It leads us into the being of that which is the supreme object of all action, love and knowledge. However, this time we have to do this in its largest bearings as a type of human life in general, and not just the particular and peculiar situation of Arjuna, and even of all world existence. It is true that Arjuna is himself concerned only with his own situation, and his inner struggle, and the law of action which he must follow. However, as we have already seen, the particular question he raises, in the manner in which he raises, it does really bring up many more questions. These are the question of human life and action, what the world is, and why it is so, and how possibly, it being what it is, life here in the world, can be reconciled with life in the spirit. Moreover, the teacher insists that the issue of resolution of all these deep and difficult matters of life is the very foundation of his doctrine of command to an action. Having reached this stage of understanding, this resolution then must proceed from a new poise of being and by the light of a liberating knowledge. We have now to see as exactly what is the difficulty for the man who has to do the two things simultaneously. Outwardly, he has to take the world as it is and act in it. And he has also to live the spiritual life from within. We have to discern as to what is this aspect of existence which appeals his awakened mind and at the same time brings about the dejection and discouragement. This is highlighted by the title of the first chapter of the Gita, which it significantly calls the Yoga of the Dejection of Arjuna. It is the dejection and discouragement felt by the human being when he is forced to face the spectacle of the universe as it really is. This happens when the veil of the ethical illusion, the illusion of self-righteousness, is torn from his eyes. This is the stage before a higher reconciliation with himself is effected. This situation is represented in the two aspects in the war of Kurukshetra. These two aspects are: outwardly, it is figured as the carnage and massacre of Kurukshetra, and inwardly, spiritually, it is represented by the vision of the Lord of all things as time arising to devour and destroy the creatures whom it has made. We have to note that this is the vision of the Lord of all existence, who is the universal creator as well as the universal destroyer. The ancient scriptures have stated this in a rather ruthless image as, the sages and the heroes are his food and death is the spice of his banquet. It is one and the same truth seen first indirectly and obscurely in the facts of life. Then it is seen directly and clearly in the soul's vision of that which manifests itself in life. The outward aspect is that of world existence and human existence, which is full of struggle and slaughter. The inward aspect is that of the universal being fulfilling himself in a vast creation and a vast destruction. In Kurukshetra, the battlefield of massacre, Arjuna has two visions: life, a battle and a field of death, and God the terrible,